Hey friends, it's Tanatoes, your friend and pal on the internets, and I'm here to play some more video games. Today I'm going to play some Diablo 3, which, man, I have spent so much time over the years playing Diablo 3, it's kind of shocking the amount of Diablo 3 time I've put in. It's sort of my go-to when I have a few minutes and don't really have anything interesting to do game. I'll just turn on Diablo 3 and click on some things until they explode and die, and it's a ton of fun to do that. So anyways, they just released Season 10 for Diablo 3, and let's go into the character creator here. I have never successfully completed an entire season. Basically, the seasons in Diablo, they give you an opportunity to try get some exclusive loot by going through a series of challenges. I almost made it all the way through Season 9 last week, or, it ended 2 weeks ago. And I very, very nearly made it. The reason I did not is that I like to play Diablo on hardcore mode. It's just the way I play, and what that means is when you're playing in hardcore, it means that if a character dies, you lose that character and you lose anything that character was carrying. So it's got a lot more tension to it, which is why I enjoy playing it that way in hardcore, but it also means that if you mess up, which is going to happen eventually, you lose almost everything. You don't lose everything, and we'll get into that as I play a little bit more. But I'm going to start a new seasonal hero, hardcore. So you can see across the top here it says hardcore seasonal. Yeah. And now I have to choose my character type. There are 6 different character types you can play in Diablo right now. There's going to be a 7th, and I cannot wait for the Necromancer to come out. I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun with that. But in the meantime, I can choose Barbarian, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Monk, Witch Doctor, or Wizard. I'm going to play a female character because, as I've said on past streams, I actually enjoy playing female characters more. I think it gives the game more agency. It makes it more interesting to be playing as a female who is obviously sort of the main character in whatever game I'm playing. I just feel that that's a more compelling narrative. So I'm going to play a female, and I think I'm going to play a Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter is all about ranged damage, and I'm not terribly good with the Demon Hunter. Barbarian, Crusader, and Monk are my usual go-tos because my play style is sort of to wade in and smash things until they die. But I want a challenge. So I'm going to play a Demon Hunter. This means I need to practice hitting the shift key to stand in place and spray damage all around. And now I need a name for my character. Something that says, shoot 'em up, deadly, watch out for me, bullet hell. Bullelda. Bullelelda. Bullet Helda. Yeah, this is going to be my character. So, starting hardcore seasonal. Yes, I know. It tells me, permanent death. You have chosen to create a hardcore seasonal character. You will start fresh with 0 gold, untrained artisans, and will be unable to use your non-seasonal items from your stash. That's normal for seasonal. That's just the way seasons work. As a hardcore seasonal hero, you can only play with other hardcore seasonal heroes, and should you die, your death will be permanent. Customer service will not revive a fallen hardcore seasonal hero for any reason. Your items will be lost forever upon death. Except, yes, that is how I like to play. And let's dive in. So, because this is a seasonal game, I'm starting out from scratch. I'm going to skip the cutscenes. For anybody who's watching who hasn't played Diablo before,
like this. The fallen star is near.
Yeah, there's a fallen star that I'm hunting, and I have come to the town of New Tristram. You'll pick up most of the plot just from dialogue as I play. So you can see here, click on stuff and kill them from a distance. Later on in the game, as I level up and get better, I'm going to do significant amounts of damage and spray walls of bullets everywhere.
To find the fallen star and purge its evil from this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Heyah. You should speak with her.
Yes, I should speak with Heyah.
More dead are coming. We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
Yeah, I can kill these guys pretty quickly for you. Click, click, click. When I'm playing this while my wife is home,
how satisfying.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before.
It eventually gets kind of loud, just because I'm clicking repeatedly and loudly on my mouse button. Hopefully it's not being picked up too much by the microphone that I'm using to broadcast my stream. I strongly recommend anybody who's watching to hop into the chat that's over on the side of the screen there. Or actually, I guess it's down below if you're watching
villagers were too
on a
afraid
PC.
to settle near the ruins of the cursed town.
I don't know. I always gather all the
Heyah,
books
is it?
every time I play.
You survived the fallen star's impact. I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia.
You can't see it from the angle you're watching from,
The wounded are turning.
but I have a cat in my lap. Hopefully she doesn't decide to attack my microphone or anything.
Killing business.
So yeah, you can go into Heyah's room and periodically there will be new entries in her
We've been
diary.
under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing.
Skip some of these dialogue
The
bits.
dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Then I shall put an end to them and secure your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Okay, let's go speak to Captain Rumford. So Deckard Cain has been around for, I think, every Diablo. He's the narrator of the games. I can go into Cain's house and read his diary. It's over here. You get experience for reading the books, so
We
it
have
doesn't
come
hurt
at
to read them.
last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Heyah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
What can I do to help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
If anybody is
Don't
watching,
worry,
can you hop in
I
chat
will
and just
avenge
tell me
their
how my
deaths.
levels are?
Well, I have seen you fight.
I'm hoping
Strike at the wretched mothers and
you'll
their
be able to
queen.
hear
They're
me
the ones vomiting out these
at least as well
horrors.
as you can hear the
They're
game.
attacking the barricades.
There's definitely a disadvantage to the way that I've been streaming, which is that I am the engineer, producer, everything regarding the
That's
game,
one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
or regarding the stream, is me. So I can't hear what you guys are hearing. I don't have somebody who's monitoring my levels or anything. So I need you guys to give me a heads up if you can't hear me or if you can't hear the game. Ah, so slow at this level. Just tapping on guys individually to kill them. That's alright. I'm leveling up pretty quickly. As I level up, obviously, I'll get better abilities and find better weapons and armor and stuff. I could jump right in and play, what do they call it, adventure mode, because obviously I've played the whole game through several times. I don't have to do any of this plot stuff, but my experience is that at the beginning of a season, it's easier to do some of the plot stuff. I'll probably go through about the Skeleton King before I change it up and start just doing bounties and rifts, which are the way that you play once you've played for a little while. Just because if I jump straight into bounties and rifts without leveling up a little bit first, I'm liable to die, and that would not be that much fun for my viewers on the feed to watch. I don't think. Maybe it would be terribly amusing to watch me die. Yes, I'm killing lots of things. You do not get experience for listening to the lore about the creatures, but there's an amazing amount of voice work in this game, and it's actually kind of fun to listen to some of the lore. Just amusing to listen to the creature descriptions and stuff. When I get to the walking tree folk, we'll listen to that one, because that's one of my favorite lore bits. Ooh, as well. So Diablo has somewhat random dungeons. They are sort of what it's known for, is the random dungeons. And at this stage of the game, there are certain areas, it's always going to be the same path from New Tristram to the cathedral. You're always going to be traveling through the same area. But they have different dungeons between New Tristram and the cathedral. So sometimes you'll encounter this well that I am exploring right now, and sometimes, you know, there's a couple different basements you can encounter. There are achievements you can get for playing a whole bunch of different little adventures. You'll notice that I pick up everything, and I can't help it. It's a compulsion. Later in the game, I only equip yellow or brown items, which are legendary mythic items and powerful enchanted items, but I pick everything up. Part of it is left over from when the game first came out. When the game first came out, you needed more different types of crafting ingredients, and they've simplified that a great deal. Do I have... I do not want to stand in that poison for too long. It would be kind of humiliating to die this early on. Yeah, they've changed a lot about the game since those early days. Obviously, one thing that people were very much up in arms about was the real money auction house, where you could auction stuff that you got in game. And they sort of encouraged people to, man, this is frustrating. I shouldn't take that many hits to kill something. And I'm still dying in the poison here. But yeah, they used to have a real money auction house where you could get mythic items, and if it was something you didn't want, you could auction it off. Die! Yes.
I am well again.
I'm gonna quaff a potion there. Let's see what I've got so far. I've gotten some gloves. I've gotten different armor. I've gotten a better sword. Some trousers. Some boots. Actually, these are even better trousers. There we go. Slowly equipping more stuff. if I go up a couple more levels, I'll go into the skill tree and... Alright. I kind of want to keep a bow
My
equipped.
hatred is too low.
Oh, I need to gather more hatred. Yeah. You can tell that I'm not used to playing a demon hunter. Alright. Let's change back to the bow. Bow is a two-handed weapon? No, it's one-handed. Can probably double wield bows later on. What level am I now? I'm level 3. I have a secondary ability which uses rage or whatever my other hatred, which is the left hand mana here. So amongst the very many different things that have changed since the game first came out,
These unholy creatures can rest now.
one was you needed to actually collect potions before you could use them. Now they've changed it so you don't have to have potions taking up space in your inventory. You just drink a potion by hitting the Q button to quaff, and then you have to wait for it to recharge before you can use it again. And another thing that they changed pretty drastically since the beginning when the game first came out was that you used to get a lot more different crafting items that you needed in order to build better weapons and stuff.
Diablo's evil still lingers here.
Old Tristram. There's DLC that lets you actually travel into a crypt that emulates Diablo 2, which is hilarious and fun, and maybe I'll get a chance to do that on the stream at some point. But nowadays, in the modern age of Diablo 3, you don't have to worry about all the different types of crafting items you needed at the time when it first came out, because they've streamlined it somewhat. You have, I think, 6 different types of crafting items you need, plus the ones that you get from completing bounties. Yep, took care of her. I'll be at level 4 in no time. I don't know why I still pick up basic common weapons. I'm gonna run out of room in my inventory before I even hire the blacksmith. That was weird. Oh, I transported, instead of to New Tristram, I transported back to where I already was.
Thank
That was
you for
silly.
your help. But could you talk some sense into Heyah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him. My training has paid off.
Woohoo! Level 4!
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Okay, off to Adria's hut. But first, let's read her journal again.
It's a shame that bard got himself eaten.
What are we doing in my room?
I love the fact that she objects when you read her
A
journal.
miracle has happened. A hero, like one out of Uncle Deckard's tales, appeared and saved us. I know in my heart that my uncle still lives, and I pray that the hero will bring him home safely.
And it is written.
So I mentioned... Oh, I can just teleport. Why am I walking? I mentioned that there's an awful lot of dialogue recorded for this game.
Here, let me open the gate.
To give you an idea of just how much dialogue they must
Adria
have
was my
recorded
mother,
for
but
this.
I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Do people care about spoilers? I don't know if you guys care about spoilers for this game that's been out since 2012. But to give you an idea of just how much dialogue they must have recorded, the player character talks to various companions, including Leah here, and the 3 different companions you can hire during the game. And there's little snippets of dialogue for each of them. But they recorded slightly different player character dialogue depending on what origin you chose.
Follow me.
Your mother had
And they
her
recorded
secrets.
each of them twice
said she
because
was a
there's a
witch,
male and a
but I never
female
believed it.
version. So the sheer amount of dialogue, they had to record all the hero dialogue portions 12 times. That's kind of mind-boggling, honestly. Man, I really need some better skills. Oh, here, what's this do? Oh, no, I don't want to get frozen. I got frozen. That's alright. Even though I'm playing a ranged character, you can see I'm still walking right up to things and punching them in the face. That's not smart. I need to get better than that.
Here's the key.
Otherwise,
and
I'm
my
going to
mother's
die.
journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
Man, I really need more powerful weapons, more deadly attacks. 'Cause tapping on each thing 5 times to kill it is going to get monotonous pretty quickly. At least they don't seem to be doing much damage to me either. Let's see if I've got any cool new items. New gloves. New trousers. Oh, I've got a belt. Let's put a belt on. Well, I'm level 5. Let's look at the skill tree. Alright, so my basic attack right now is Hungering Arrow. Generates hatred and does damage at a distance. I can also do Entangling Shot. Slows enemies. The Hungering Arrow hits additional enemies. Yeah, let's try slowing some enemies. My secondary right now is Impale. Throw a knife that impales enemies. I can do Rapid Fire. Yes, definitely Rapid Fire. Accept. And my passive slot 1, or my active slot 1, is Caltrops, which creates an area that folks slow down if they attack me through it. Like that. Here we go. It is a little bit more like it. Yeah. Machine gun arrows. That's definitely a thing.
So many dead.
I mentioned that there are achievements for reading all the dialogue. Yeah. There's a bit of dialogue about the hanging tree. There's like a note or a letter that appears, but it appears like 1 in every 10 times you reach that tree, or at least that's been my experience. So it took me a while to get that piece of that achievement.
The infamous Tristram Cathedral. I am close to the fallen star now.
Yep. Just looking around, see if there's anything else to kill. I have an empty equipment slot, it says. No? No, I don't. I don't know what it's talking about. It probably means that it wants me to equip the sword. Kill you, kill you. And let's go to the cathedral.
So this is where the star fell. My quarry must be near.
The funny thing is, this game has been out for so long, but I still think of things that changed within the first year as recent developments.
This will be interesting.
Oh, walls. It's never a bad idea to kill some legendary enemies. These Ravenous Dead here, they're glowing blue. I don't know if you can see that on my stream here, but that means that they give me
Not enough
more
hatred.
stuff when I kill them. Back, back, back. You can see why I didn't want to just go adventuring straight out, dive into doing some more difficult quests, because these are basic enemies, and it is taking me an awful lot
My name is
of time to kill
Lachdannen,
them.
and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I left only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Yeah, always a good idea to kill grotesques as they explode, which is awesome. I used to think that they would explode and hurt me, but I think they only impact enemies, which is nice. There are enemies that explode upon death and do hurt you. The game gives you a nice warning before the impact, though.
Thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
Alright, so spoiler, you are bad at saving people. There's a lot of those sort of people dying that you come across, and virtually all the time they're just dead. They're just doomed. So I don't know how long that's been in the game. If you destroy enough items quickly enough, it gives you a speed boost. You can see I've got a little bit of a speed boost right now because I destroyed 7 destructible items. That wasn't always the case, but I have the feeling it's been like that for a few years now. That's what I was talking about, things that have changed in the game long ago, and yet I still think of them as relatively new. La la la. Killing things and exploring. You'll notice that I love dropping chandeliers on guys. I just think it's funny. One of the stats that the game tracks is what's the largest number of folks you've hit with a chandelier or killed with an environmental kill. The chandeliers are the best environmental kill, You probably saw I shot some
I
walls
need more
earlier.
hatred to do that.
When you shoot walls, they collapse and hit people or hit enemies. But it doesn't really do a significant amount of damage. Oh, here we are. Here comes Deckard.
Minions, stay back! Back! May this ledge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
His bones? How will he stand without his bones? Poor Deckard. Alright, let's go save him.
Cain! I'm here to rescue you!
Help! Help!
Yeah! I'm shooting electricity. That's because I picked up a Nephilim's Glory, the yellow power-up orbs. When you pick up those things, I got 2 of them, so right now I'm spitting electricity when I hit things. Voice. You max out at 3. Oh, I'm at 3. 3 Nephilim Glory. That's why I've got now sort of wings of fire sticking out of my back. I try to get Nephilim Glory as much as I can because it's awesome.
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
Leah asked for my aid. She will be relieved to see you again.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
Yes, that sounds like something Deckard would do. Read old maps.
Discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Alright, back to New Tristram. Yep.
I promised
skip
Leah
this.
that I would save her uncle.
Honestly, the
Uncle,
animation on
you're
those is not...
alive.
Thanks to you.
Overwhelming.
And your friend here.
I have but one request of you. What do you know of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
That unlocks the Mystic.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A tragic story, but I cannot reach the fallen star until I face him.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Heyah. He knows of its whereabouts.
Okay, off to get a crown. Oh, let's break into Leah's room and read her diary again.
You know what would take everyone's mind off their troubles? One of the others is
Uncle Deckard is home, rescued from the clutches of the Skeleton King.
Leveled up from
I'm
reading.
so glad. But the Skeleton King, I thought he was a folktale. The idea of Mad King Leoric returning to torture this place. Hasn't Tristram suffered enough?
Oh, no new Deckard book yet. Alright, let's go find Heyah.
Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
Did you hear? Old Rumford has us down to half rations.
Blacksmith, Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
Sometimes death is the only mercy we have left. I will help you.
Thank you. Follow
Yeah.
me.
I'll kill your wife for you. Don't worry. Actually do feel pretty bad for him that the first thing you do is kill his wife.
My friends, I'm sorry.
Sorrow won't save your town, blacksmith.
Stupid dead rising from the grave. Stay down. Nifty as the animation is for this, like, grappling shot that I'm using, I don't think it's accomplishing much.
Mira, my love, forgive me.
Hedrig, help me.
There we go. Grab some paltry little bits of
I
gold.
couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
There is one favor I must ask of you. Do you know where Leoric's crown is?
I can help you
does.
there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
Last couple of times I've done this, I have not found his apprentice. So you go through this gate, and you're in the Weeping Hollow area, and his apprentice is, you know, obviously dead, because, like I said earlier, you're bad at saving people. Oh man, he's right
I'm
here.
too late. The blacksmith's apprentice is dead. I must let Hedrig know when I can.
That's weird. Obviously, the hollow is randomly generated, so the apprentice's corpse is going to be somewhere in this hollow. But the last couple of times I've played, you know, I've gone to the cave and cleared it out without ever finding the apprentice. Or the apprentice's
My hatred
corpse.
is too low.
I need some area of effect spells. I mean, it's all well and good to have rapid fire, and obviously it's working. But when I'm getting surrounded like that, it's no good. Yeah.
That was just a taste. I need more hatred to do that.
Uh-oh.
In the eastern kingdom of Khejistan, I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these Crusaders went east on a very different mission.
Not enough hatred.
Yeah. So many zombies. They actually did some damage to me.
How satisfying.
Level 7. We'll look at the skill tree again when I hit level 10. See if there's better skills I can be using. Alright, where's this cave I'm supposed to be finding? Somewhere around here. So I'm good at slowing guys, because I've got those caltrops. Just gonna ignore these guys and walk on by. I'm keeping an eye. Oh, but I'm not gonna ignore these guys. Oh, wait, did you hear that? There's a treasure goblin around here. Where is he? I distinctly heard a treasure goblin. I can never resist a treasure goblin. Lots of legendary guys. Teleport. If I can kill this grotesque, he might help me kill them. Come on, die! Die! I want your stuff. I want to find that treasure goblin so I can get his stuff. I will freely admit that my own greed is often what leads to my demise in this game. I'd be like, I need all the stuff that guy's got. And as a result, I run headlong into danger. Alright, there was a, legendary mother over here.
I need more hatred to do that.
So I'm guessing that I'll get abilities that will let me do more damage. Whoa, that hurt. Do more damage to slowed enemies. Knock back minions. Oh, there's the treasure goblin. Hope I can beat it.
Your fear betrays you!
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I got the treasure goblin half dead. Got it. Now let's kill one of these grotesques. That would clear out some of the rest of these guys.
Sweet revenge!
Okay. Collect all this stuff that goblin dropped. That was satisfying. Okay. And there's a little bit more gold that the treasure goblin dropped. And then there are these legendary guys here. They are definitely tough to kill. At least for a level 7. Monster hunter like myself. Demon hunter.
Not enough hatred.
Where'd that legendary mother go? There she is. Hate-monger hammerhand. Yeah! She knocked me way back. Yeah, there we go. That was worth it. Got some stuff. So I'm keeping an eye on my mini-map in the top right corner here, because when I get near to the cave that I'm trying to find, I'll be able to see a yellow arrow. Oh, I'm not going to the cave, I'm going to the the graves over here. That's fine. The cemetery. Here we are in the cemetery. Let's see if I can find the Grave Digger's Tome. It's another book to read. Not seeing it. Usually it's around here on the floor. Oh well. Let's just start going into crypts and taking stuff. Because that's what heroes do. Break into graves and steal stuff. Used to be when I played this game, I would meticulously explore every nook and cranny. I'm less thorough these days. I tend to sort of ignore regular enemies, kill legendaries, and go straight for whatever the quest goal is. Grab something from a shrine. That gave me a greatly increased attack rate. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. My rapid fire is even more rapid fire now. La la la. Ignoring all of you because you don't have anything interesting. Of course, the result is I am surrounded by guys now.
My training has paid off.
Level 8. What I usually do in my character builds, I'm not the sort of person who looks up online a particularly good character build and then goes and finds all the necessary legendary equipment that that character requires.
I can bring that down.
Ooh, these guys are tough looking. Vortex Brigands.
My hatred is too low.
Yeah, I'll get more hatred by shooting stuff. Demon Hunter is all about vengeance and hatred. Not really my personal character traits IRL, but it's just flavor in the game. You do get some snippets of dialogue about your character's past, but it's very vague. The character is very much, the player character at least, is very much a tabula rasa, clean slate that you can imagine is anything that you want. Nothing interesting down here? Nope, nothing interesting. No. I just happened to have chosen the right crypt on the first try.
The crown is nearby.
So there's 3 or 4 crypts you can go into in the cemetery. One of them leads here, which is where the crown is, the Skeleton King, Mad King Leoric's crown. And the other ones have, you know, a random set of missions that you can undertake. It's kind of funny that on my first try, I just happened by coincidence to have entered the crypt that leads to the crown. I don't have to do any of the other missions. I don't mind doing them. There's one where you reunite a dead family by re-killing them all. I don't know any other way to put that. They're ghosts. And by killing them, you
I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
When I watch this, it's time to stand. That means it's 7:50. I'll play for another 40 minutes or so. Then I have to decide what I'm going to play tomorrow. This crown. And now I have the town portal. Actually, because I'm playing seasonal, I think I can use the map to teleport at any time. If you're playing the actual game, this is the first time that you can use the town portal to get home. Hey, Hadric.
The crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem.
No problem.
It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then we are allies. Each weapon you forge for me shall serve to purify these lands.
One more thing. Your apprentice is dead.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Boy. Hope for the worst and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for the news.
Yeah, don't count on me to actually save any lives. Okay, let's see if I have enough gold to train him up a bit. Well, I can train him one level. I think there's 10 or 11 levels that you can train guys up. Because, again, I'm playing seasonal. Everybody starts at level 0.
At last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
Okay.
When he is destroyed, I shall finally reach the star.
Let's see, back to the cathedral. Actually, now that I have finally got the blacksmith unlocked, I can start salvaging all the stuff I'm not using. So, let's equip some better stuff. Ooh, a rare quiver. I'll take that. Hat. And bracers. Yep. Better armor. Better trousers. This bow is better than the one I'm using. I tend to judge how good a piece of equipment is strictly by its sell value. So for example, the trousers I'm wearing right now have a sell value of 54. So I'm just going to assume they're better than anything that's lower sell value. That is until you start getting legendary stuff. At that point, you're sort of choosing your loadout. Access your crafting materials. Ooh, that's new. Yay for the new patch. They put your crafting materials in a separate inventory, so you don't fill up your inventory with crafting stuff. That's nice. There's the bounty crafting items, and there's your regular crafting items. That's pretty awesome. Thanks, Blizzard. And I'm just going to break all the rest of this stuff down. To do this the slow way, click on each individual item in my inventory because I'm not playing on adventure mode. Oh, I can't. I can't destroy my starting crossbow.
My dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could.
Good.
Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
I wish that Heyah could live a different life, a more normal life. But alas, such is not her fate. When I pass, there is none but her to continue my work, and the future of this world hangs in the balance.
Nothing new for me to read in Leah's room. So let's go fight the Skeleton King. Well, I have to go through a dungeon, I think. But then I'll fight the Skeleton King. My leg is cramping up. Soon I'll get a companion. There's 3 available companions, but I virtually never travel with the mage or the rogue. I don't know what that says about me as a player. Stop making skeletons. I increased my attack rate again. There should be a book to read up here. Yeah, let's read that book.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement, and sent us off to die.
Well, I gained a level. Level 9 now.
Time for that creature to die.
Ah, I've got a dodge move now. Okay. Like I said, I don't play the Demon Hunter much, so this is sort of discovering all new abilities for me. I've played a Demon Hunter up to level 50, I think, before, so I'm familiar with some of the stuff. I do generally, when I'm playing, keep a dodge or a fast travel move on the 2 button. So, convenient that it equipped one for me too. Excuse me, guys. Vengeance! Thought there was a book to read there. That's okay. Yep, get past these guys.
Maintain your incantations.
Ave magis.
Your magic.
I am free.
Now, back to my mission.
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well.
Okay.
Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I must kill the Skeleton King.
Then our aims align.
I like this guy's name, it's Welch.
The cultists dragged me past this glowing pit.
Yay,
What made
a
it?
legendary helm.
We'll know soon.
I need more hatred to do that.
So, you probably saw that helm that I just grabbed had a big column of light emitting from it. That's a sign that it's a legendary item, and it has some sort of special ability that will be activated when I put it on. Let's find out what it does by identifying it. This legendary helm is Leoric's Crown. Well, interesting, I just picked up Leoric's Crown. It's got an empty socket for a gem, and increases the effect of any gem socketed by 84%. I don't have any gems yet, but it's certainly a nice crown, so I'm going to stick it on my head. It's more useful for legendary gems, which you get from...
Down this way. He's free! Do not let him
what are they called? The quests, the side quest things you can do.
Warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
I often prefer to be alone, but I will make an exception for you.
Okay, so now we've got Cormac the Templar. He's got a bunch of useful abilities that he brings to the table, primarily involving healing. And since I'm usually playing on hardcore, as I am now, it's nice to have healing abilities from your companion. The rogue has a bunch of ranged abilities. Oh, that's just a way back home. I don't need that. Did I take the wrong turn? No, I'm good. I just need to go this way. And the mage who you pick up in the next chapter, she has obviously sort of magic abilities, but I don't need greater amounts of damage because I generally do enough damage.
Bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger.
Okay. You didn't see it, but he broke. Oh, here you can see it over here. I can't get down these stairs here until he breaks the barrier.
Now, the powers we serve will soon rule this world.
And Cormac's down.
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven.
Thank you.
Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King, but there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Very well. I have no need of books.
Then onwards we go to fight the Skeleton King.
Yes, let's kill the Skeleton King. And yes, you can be my companion. And I will give him the heal ability. I'll wait until these guys are dead. And getting a little bit more deadly. Alright, Templar.
What skill should I master? Useful skill.
There you go. So now if I get into dire straits, if I get in a little over my head, he'll heal me up.
A mighty adversary is before us.
In general, if I hear his healing go through, I know I am not doing well. Hey Leoric, you want a better shield? Here you go.
This will help.
Good. Alright. Should reach the Skeleton King in no time.
feel my wrath.
I definitely need to practice at using my acrobatic abilities to get in and out of combat. Die, die. Everybody die. Almost to level 10. When I get to level 10, we'll look at the skill tree and see if there's better skills I can use.
That was just a taste! My hatred is too low.
Okay, making progress. It's a pretty big contrast to just the last couple of levels. You know, I went from having to hit things 5 or 6 times to being able to kill them in just a couple of seconds with my rapid bow. Oh, there's another book up here. Oh, scroll or... that's a book.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
You won't survive that!
I may have to take some time.
I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Let's try going this way. That's one problem with randomly generated dungeons. The direction you choose to go is not necessarily the fastest way to the exit. Oh, Templar has a new ability.
I tried to count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
I would have chosen the same.
If I place caltrops and then dive out of the way. Okay, that's definitely something I can do.
And now I wander, cursed by my once beloved king. Evil gnaws at my bones, and I cannot risk putting my beloved Tristram in danger should I fail to contain that which tears at me. I must venture down into the labyrinth to die alone.
Do you want more?
That was fun. Doing a little bit more damage, killing larger groups of enemies. I'm going in circles here. This is definitely not the way I want to go. That's okay. That's fine. Just a little bit more wandering. So I did get an achievement for reaching level 10. That was cool. Gets me a little bit closer to getting some cool seasonal stuff. So the big problem with getting awesome seasonal equipment for playing the season, if you're playing in hardcore mode, eventually you're going to die. It's inevitable that you're going to die. But if I die while I'm using my legendary seasonal one-of-a-kind thing, it's gone forever because you lose any equipment that you're carrying when you die. So, fun as it is to complete the seasons and get cool stuff, here we are, this is where I'm trying to go. Fun as that is, it's kind of pointless if you're playing hardcore. Because you can't... I don't like to risk losing the stuff. I'm just going to skip this cutscene. That's Leoric's sword back there. Yes, hello, Skeleton King.
You dare to bring the
ignoring you.
life into my tomb.
Again, this is because I'm playing seasonal that I can skip stuff. In the full, if you're playing from scratch, the story mode, you actually have to defeat all of the skeletons in that room with the Skeleton King back there before you can move on. But nope. Barreling ahead, straight to the Skeleton King himself. Come on.
You will never defeat me!
Well, I guess it's possible that you'll kill me now.
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
That would be very disappointing to die now. After playing for an hour and getting myself to level 10, to suddenly die and lose everything. Well, not everything. We'll talk a little bit about what remains in seasonal play and in hardcore play. Alright. Let's kill Mad King Tristram. Oh, I said we were going to look at the skill tree again when I hit level 10, and I didn't do that. After I defeat this guy, we'll take a look at the skill tree and maybe do something different. Almost dead. And dead. There we go. And I get an achievement for defeating him. And he dropped another legendary helmet. Okay. Wouldn't it be funny if he dropped his own crown? Let's see what this helmet is. It is. It's Leoric's crown. I've got 2 of them now. I'm going to wear this one and break the other one down. Shall we go down here and discover the fallen star?
At last, the crater. So it was you who fell here and caused this chaos. And yet I know that you are not evil.
I am. I It was. I remember falling.
Do you remember who you are?
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning. The darkness. The darkness is coming. I don't remember.
Perhaps Deckard Cain can help you. Come with me.
I'm inclined to play through the rest of story mode just for the sake of showing the plot to everybody who's watching my feed.
I ventured far to find the power behind the fallen star.
Skip. Let's talk to Deckard.
I found him at the center of the crater.
No man could survive such a thing. Who are you? What are you?
A warrior, I think. I came bearing grave news, but I cannot remember.
Your message might be all that can save us from impending doom.
Doom! Okay, so I got better bow. I think we'll break down the rest of this stuff, including that extra Leoric hat that I got. Nope, I don't want to talk to you. Salvage. Yes. Alright, and yeah, I like this salvaging directly into an alternate tab here. That's super handy. So, oh, you know what? I never got my legendary crafting stuff. Because I bought the game.
Tell me everything you remember, stranger. Every detail.
Falling. Fire. A sword of great power. It was part of me. But it shattered into 3 pieces as I fell.
It is vital that we find those pieces. I believe the sword made whole will restore your memory.
Okay.
Goatmen are rampaging through the fields. Could the sword have anything to do with that?
Of course, of course. Just as the dead rose around the stranger, the sword pieces drove the goatmen to madness.
Then I will slay them and return the sword to you.
Yes, let's kill the innocent goatmen who were driven mad by a sword. Still no new journal from Deckard. But I think there's probably a Leah journal at this point.
I've decided to write an epic poem on the death of the student.
Yeah, there we go. Read another Leah book.
I can hardly believe it, but the falling star is a man. When Uncle Deckard realized this, he was crushed. I know he was hoping for something more miraculous.
New items that I'm certain you will love.
I think that a man falling from the sky is fairly miraculous. There. I have those transmogs. Ooh, I should also get my pet. Yeah. So, pets that I've earned in previous playthroughs remain. So I have the little boy pet, and I have one that I got through World of Warcraft. Or actually, I guess I got that from, what's the card game? Hearthstone. And I've also got one that I got from buying the game way back when.
Don't tell anyone, but I've got some new items you really...
And now I've got some new transmogs. Transmogs are purely aesthetic. They allow you to change your weapons and armor to appear different, but they keep the same stats and abilities. So I don't tend to do that, because usually it's just me sitting alone, clicking on stuff until it dies. It doesn't matter what I look like, because I don't play multiplayer. Certainly, nobody wants to play multiplayer when you're playing on hardcore mode, because then they have to play on hardcore mode. And for some reason, people are not super enthusiastic about the idea of losing their characters permanently when they die. You just have to not die. That's the trick. Don't die, and you don't have to worry about playing on hardcore mode. Alright. That's the town teleport portal. That was a lame thing. Oh, here it is. Here's the tree guy. Let's listen to this lore.
I have heard the most ridiculous tales about travelers being ambushed by vicious trees. It is too much. Despite their names, the wood wraiths are not plants, but fully mobile beasts who have taken on the guise of foliage to ensnare their prey. Only a simpleton could be fooled by such a trick.
Yay. I love that little bit of lore. Of course they're not trees. That would be silly.
I need more hatred to do that.
I need more hatred. My hatred slowly regains over time. I also regain gain hatred anytime I kill something with my arrows.
You won't survive that!
Alright. Well, let's, is this the cave I'm looking for? No, that's the Lost Mine. Don't care about the Lost Mine right now. Legendary stuff. Oh man, I could die right now. Got one of them.
Do you want more?
Two of them. Got it. There we go. I dropped a ring. I don't have any rings equipped. Alright. I think I'm gonna go back to town. Check out my skill tree. Maybe raise the level of my blacksmith a little bit. And we'll make plans for tomorrow.
I am returning to town.
I am returning to town. Okay, skills. So, Entangling Shot, interesting but not super useful. I can get a bolas that wraps around an enemy. I can go back to my Hungering Arrow and make it a Puncturing Arrow. I think I'll do that. Rapid Fire. I have the option to increase that to Withering Fire. Reduces the hatred cost and shoots fire arrows. Sounds useful. Caltrops. I can convert that to a smoke screen. I don't tend to be using that much. And Vault is just Vault. I don't have any updates to that. Oh, I do have a passive skill I can upgrade. I can get Tactical Advantage whenever I use Vault, Shadow Power, Smoke Screen, or Backflip with Evasive Fire. I gain 60% movement speed for 2 seconds, so that would help me to move faster after I vault. Or enemies hit by your hatred splendors are slowed for 2 seconds. I think I'm gonna slow everybody because I tend to be using my rapid fire a lot. Alright, so those are my new skills. Let's repair items. Oh, I have a ring I can put on. Let's wear a ring. This bow is not better than the one I have. So let's break it. There we go. And train him up a bit. There you go, Hadrid. And I think I'm going to call that a day for my Diablo playthrough for today. I'm enjoying playing some Diablo on my stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me play some Diablo on my stream. I think I will continue with that tomorrow. So at 7 p.m. again on Wednesday, I will play some more Diablo. And if you have any comments for me or any requests or anything like that, feel free to put them in the chat down below. And when I put up the video tomorrow, I'll put another poll up, which goes up in the corner there, so that you can choose what I'll play next week. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. I have a lot of fun playing Diablo, and you can tell it's a game I've played an awful lot of, and I'm pleased I get to share it with you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and in the meantime, be excellent to each other. Bye, everybody.